Bombshell out of the Bay. Draymond Green has clapped back at Rockets big man Alperen Şengün, and the fallout is sending shockwaves through the league. What started as trash talk on the court has now spilled into the headlines, with Draymond firing back in classic fiery fashion. The timing couldn't be more explosive. The Warriors are already battling internal tension, and now this latest confrontation is heating up the locker room even more. Fans are buzzing, analysts are debating, and the question looms large: is Draymond's fire fueling the Warriors' fight, or burning them from the inside? One thing's for sure, the drama around Golden State just went to another level. Bombshell NBA drama has just exploded, and it centers around none other than Draymond Green and Houston Rockets rising star Alperen Şengün. What was supposed to be just another competitive NBA matchup has turned into a storyline that is shaking the Golden State Warriors locker room and sending shockwaves throughout the league. Draymond Green has never been one to back down from a confrontation, and true to his fiery personality, he clapped back hard at Şengün, sparking a chain reaction that has everyone talking. From heated exchanges on the court, to tense vibes in the locker room, to analysts and fans weighing in with divided opinions, this story is far from over. Buckle up, because this is the kind of NBA drama that goes beyond basketball and into the heart of pride, rivalry, and the Warriors' fight to keep their dynasty alive. It all started in the Warriors' heated matchup against the Houston Rockets. On paper, it was supposed to be just another game on the schedule. But when the Rockets' young center Alperen Şengün stepped onto the court, he had something to prove. Şengün, who has been building a reputation as one of the most talented and creative big men in the league, was not about to let Golden State walk all over him. Possession after possession, he attacked the rim, used his signature spins, and even showed flashes of brilliance with playmaking that left the Warriors stunned. But in the middle of this, the man who refuses to let anything slide, Draymond Green, was right there in his face. Green, who has built his career on toughness, defensive intensity, and psychological warfare, saw Şengün's confidence as a challenge. The back and forth began with trash talk. At first, it seemed like standard NBA chatter. But then, things escalated. Şengün hit Draymond with a slick post move, finishing right over him, and celebrated with a smirk that cameras caught instantly. Social media lit up with clips of Şengün flexing after scoring on Draymond, and you know Green wasn't going to take that lightly. On the very next play, Draymond delivered a hard contest that sent Şengün stumbling, and the two exchanged words loud enough for nearby mics to pick up. Fans on X, formerly known as Twitter, immediately clipped the moment and began speculating. What was said between the two? Was it just trash talk, or did Şengün cross a line? Either way, by the time the final buzzer sounded, all eyes weren't on the scoreboard, but on the brewing feud between Golden State's enforcer and Houston's new rising star. But here's where things really heated up. After the game, instead of letting the moment fade away, Draymond Green was asked about Şengün during his media availability. Reporters baited the question, asking if he was impressed by Şengün's performance, and whether he thought the Rockets' big man was the future of the league. Draymond's response? A clap back that instantly went viral. Green said, "Look, I don't get impressed by one good game. Everybody in this league has a night. But to be that guy, to be a star in this league, you gotta do it every single night, against real competition, when the lights are brightest. I've seen a lot of players come and go. I'll believe it when I see it." That line, "I'll believe it when I see it," was like throwing gasoline on the fire. Rockets fans erupted in defense of their young star, calling Draymond salty, bitter, and threatened by the new generation. Warriors fans, on the other hand, praised Green for protecting Golden State's pride and reminding the league that it takes more than a highlight reel to earn respect. Meanwhile, Şengün himself didn't back down. When asked about Green's comments, he responded calmly but firmly, "I respect Draymond. He is a champion, and he has done great things in this league. But I'm not here to prove myself to him. I'm here to prove myself to my team and to the fans who believe in me. The rest will take care of itself." Now the storyline was set. Two players, two teams, two generations clashing head to head, with pride and respect on the line. And if you thought it stopped there, you'd be mistaken. Inside the Warriors' locker room, the tension spilled over. Teammates reportedly had mixed reactions to how Draymond handled the situation. Some insiders say that certain players felt Green was once again drawing unnecessary attention to the team with his off-court comments. They pointed out that the Warriors have already been dealing with enough distractions this season, from injuries to inconsistent performances, and the last thing they needed was a new media circus. Others, however, backed Draymond fully, saying that his fire and intensity are exactly what the Warriors need to stay relevant in a league that's constantly evolving and producing new stars like Sengün. But let's not forget, this is Draymond Green we're talking about. This is the same player who once punched his own teammate Jordan Poole in practice, sparking one of the most controversial locker room stories in recent Warriors history. This is the same guy who has been ejected from games for hard fouls, trash talk, and altercations with referees. Drama seems to follow Draymond wherever he goes. And while that intensity has helped the Warriors win 4 championships, it has also raised questions about whether he is sometimes more of a distraction than an asset. So the big question now becomes, did Draymond go too far, or is he simply doing what he has always done best, setting the tone and defending the Warriors' culture? To answer that, you have to look at the bigger picture. The Warriors are no longer the untouchable dynasty they once were. Steph Curry is still playing at an elite level, but he's in his mid-30s now, and the championship window is closing fast. Klay Thompson has struggled with injuries and inconsistency. Andrew Wiggins has had ups and downs. Jonathan Kuminga is still developing. And Draymond himself has been in and out of the lineup due to suspensions and technical fouls. The dynasty that once terrorized the league is fighting just to stay afloat in a brutally competitive Western Conference filled with hungry young stars like Luka Doncic, Anthony Edwards, Victor Wembanyama, and yes, Alperen Şengün. When you look at it that way, Draymond's comments about Sengün take on a different meaning. Maybe it wasn't just about disrespecting a young player. Maybe it was about sending a message that the Warriors refused to hand over the crown without a fight. That this team, even if doubted, will not be intimidated by the next wave of talent. That as long as Curry and Green are around, Golden State will fight to remind everyone who set the standard for greatness in the modern NBA. But of course, not everyone is buying that explanation. Critics argue that Green's comments come across as bitterness. They say Draymond sees the writing on the wall, that younger and more skilled big men like Sengün are surpassing him, and instead of embracing the competition, he's trying to tear them down verbally. It's the classic story of the old guard refusing to pass the torch gracefully. Meanwhile, Sengün has become the unexpected hero in this narrative. The Rockets center is only 22 years old, but he's already averaging impressive numbers this season and has drawn comparisons to European legends like Nikola Jokic and Arvydas Sabonis. His combination of footwork, passing, and confidence has made him a fan favorite, and his calm, respectful response to Green's comments only elevated his reputation. Instead of firing back with trash talk, he showed maturity beyond his years. And that, ironically, may be what frustrates Green the most. Now, the NBA world is waiting for the next Warriors-Rockets showdown, which has already been circled on fans' calendars. Will Draymond try to physically dominate Sengün to back up his words? Will Sengün once again rise to the occasion and prove that he's the real deal? One thing is certain, the next matchup between these two teams is going to feel a lot more personal, and you can bet TNT and ESPN will be hyping it up with every commercial break. But the bigger story here isn't just about Draymond versus Sengün. It's about the Warriors' identity and the constant pressure they face as their dynasty nears its end. Can they adapt and embrace the new generation, or will they go down swinging, fighting against the tide of change? Green's clap back at Sengün might have seemed like a small comment in the heat of the moment, but it represents something much bigger, a clash between eras, between the past and the future of the NBA. Fans have already taken sides. Some are calling Green a hypocrite, pointing out that when he entered the league, veterans often doubted him too. They say he should know better than anyone that young players deserve a chance to prove themselves without being dismissed. Others say this is exactly why Green is valuable, because he forces young stars to face pressure, to earn their respect, and to show whether they can handle the heat. And then there's the Warriors' internal dynamic. Reports suggest that Steph Curry, as always, is trying to keep the team grounded, reminding everyone that what matters most is winning games and staying focused on the bigger goal. But Curry himself knows how fragile this moment is. The Warriors' chemistry has been tested time and time again, and every distraction makes their uphill battle harder. The last thing they need is more division in the locker room. As for Sengün, he's just playing his game. The Rockets are building a young, exciting core around him, Draymond Green and Jabari Smith Jr., and they're starting to make noise in the West. For them, this feud is nothing but extra motivation, and Sengün's calm response showed that he's not afraid of the spotlight. If anything, this moment could mark the start of his transformation from talented young big man to recognized NBA star. So where does this leave us? Draymond Green has thrown down the verbal gauntlet. Sengün has answered with maturity. The Warriors' locker room is buzzing with tension. Fans are debating non-stop on social media. And the NBA world is salivating for the next clash. This is the kind of drama that makes the NBA so captivating. It's not just about X's and O's, stats and scores. It's about personalities, pride, and the never-ending battle between generations. It's about a fiery veteran like Draymond Green refusing to fade quietly into the background, and a young star like Alperen Şengün refusing to be intimidated. It's about the Warriors fighting to stay relevant, and the Rockets fighting to rise.